All right, so we are live. We are live.
Hey, what's up? Turn on video.
Turn on video. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? My video's not available because I'm live streaming, dude. I'm live.
Shut up.
I'm live streaming.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the screaming toddler.
I said I'm live streaming. Hang on, let me see if it shows up now. Let's see. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work because I'm live streaming. So, but the reason I called you is because I'm about to hit in 6 minutes. I'm about to hit $100 in Bitcoin mined.
Oh, yeah.
That's some curly ass hair he's got there. You got some curly hair, boy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's some curly hair.
So, yeah, that's really cool.
Fuck yeah, dude. Think about that.
Have you learned anything, optimization or how to optimize it better, or what
I've shut off all the programs that are running in the background for the most part. I'm gonna go in and do a little bit deeper cleanup of the like what's ever running in the background. I know that they have I know that there's a nice hash OS. So I gotta look into, because like I really don't want to limit. There's a nice hash OS, like an operating system.
Like a nice hash OnlyFans?
No, OS, not OnlyFans, not Lonely Fans. No, nice hash OS. And
OS.
Yeah, operating system. Sorry, I should speak in more specific terms. No, so the nice hash operating system. I think it's Linux based. Obviously, what else would it be? But I just don't want to limit my access to it. I don't want to complicate my access to the machines. And if I'm only going to gain a few points and percentages, like I'd rather have easy access to be able to fix issues, like if a machine stops mining for some reason, versus having to do some complicated setup with the nice hash OS and Linux and all that crap. Because Linux can be kind of complicated for setup. Windows is more plug and play, although you're a little bit limited and it takes up more resources. But there's ways to optimize Windows, so I'm confident that I'll be able to figure out what I need to turn off in order to maximize my profit while still running a Windows platform that I can access from my phone.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So how are we coming along on the remote access part?
I have found out there's a way you can add it to or activate it within Windows 10 Home, which is what your machine's going to come with, and both of my machines came with. And I'm not 100% if my new machine comes with an OS or not. I think it may, but I'm not certain. I got to double check that. But regardless, there's a way to add it to Windows 10 Home. I haven't done it yet, but I plan to do that between tonight and tomorrow.
What is that way? Is there a link? Maybe I can get a head start on
I will. Well, it's you just got to follow a set of instructions for adding a certain thing to Windows 10 Home, and it's just I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. It's if you just search Windows 10 Home, and then search remote desktop, then you'll find a bunch of different links with a bunch of different ways to do it. I mean, I'm sure it's all ultimately the same way unless you're using third-party software, but it is adding something to Windows 10 Home that's in Windows 10 Pro. So it's yeah, it looks to be pretty straightforward. I'm pretty pumped to be able to access the desktops and get the machines mining again. But we did the budgeting today. She finally, I don't know what, maybe if what happened like caused her to realize that she needs to have a better handle on her situation, and then also too me showing her what we're about to witness, which is this number continuing to rise at a pretty fantastic pace, about $25 a day, probably Well, it fluctuates, but I'm saying $25 a day.
Right.
So, yeah.
So that's about $750 a month if you can make that.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. And then
That's an extra $9,000 a year.
And then I explained to her, I said we can leverage my zero interest credit availability, like through Best Buy and PayPal, that we could add 2 more machines in addition to the ones that we already have. So we just have to pay off the card or pay off the whatever the amount is that would be necessary to free it up to then go ahead and make another purchase. And it'd be anywhere from, in terms of return at today's Bitcoin price, anywhere from $200 to $250 a month.
Nice.
And then it's possible. I mean, I don't see prices going down anytime soon for this hardware. I think the best price you're going to find for a GPU and a complete mining system is through a vendor with a complete system. I mean, the GPU prices are insane still. And the scalpers are going nuts. They're buying everything up still because they can.
Through what?
What'd you say?
To get the best system would be through what?
To just buy a whole system, because the GPUs are either not available or they're incredibly hard to get.
Yeah, I thought you said you found a better deal somewhere.
No. I'm just saying the best deal is to buy through a system vendor.
Got it. That's good, dude. Well, congrats on that, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah, I know that it can be a little scary, going into debt or even just sacrificing, the safety nets in our life of cash liquidity in order to go for a maximal gain.
You have to.
I mean,
you have to. You don't have it. There's no choice.
For that, though.
Yeah, I know not everybody's ready for that, but there's no choice now. You have to lay it all out on the field. The days of plenty and what do they call that? Decadence are basically over.
I think they're just beginning.
The days of death. Remember what I told you, though. The crypto does not work unless you are building society in the real world. Everybody thinks that they can just get rich on the internet, and you don't have wealth unless you have people to do business with. And if you can't do business in a beneficial way because of the system that you're all stuck in, well, if you don't create that system outside of it, you are going to be stuck and you're going to get fucked. So, I'm very excited. Well, I even thought about, we could form a new government and all of the contracts, right? All the new social contracts, they could all exist in a decentralized network. Essentially a DeFi network.
That'd be cool.
And then
governed by the people.
Yeah, and then you don't have, and then everything would be funded by your willingness to take the coin. So, like, if the government, let's say a city government becomes corrupt, well, their coin becomes worthless because nobody wants to do business with them.
That's pretty cool. Phantom has brokered a deal between Phantom ecosystem and the Pakistan government.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, got to get on that Phantom.
That's just like one teeny tiny little fucking thing that they got going on.
Yeah, dude.
They've met with the UN. They went in to the UN and presented to the UN as well.
Well, that's where you got to be careful. You got to pick and choose your allies, because if Phantom gets in bed with the UN, yeah, it might blow up, But what's the cost? What kind of integrity are they actually going to lose?
Well, I guess they have to go to the UN in order to establish a DAO stablecoin.
What's a DAO stablecoin?
It's like we have.
Oh, it's in progress. I'm sorry, the payout's in progress. Hang on. Wallets, wallet details.
Wait, what?
We're about to break 100.
Okay.
Fuck.
I thought we already did.
No. It was in progress. The payout's in progress right now. I just wanted to make that statement right now. How come I can't see my fucking wallet, dude? I'm on the website. Wallets. No, I don't know. This is weird. Well, anyways, with this payout, we break $100 in Bitcoin. And that's just a big milestone for me. And I just wanted to put it out there.
No internet. Wow.
What do you mean?
Go figure. What I wanted to say that I thought was pretty unique about this whole thing is that you're able to run these 4 machines and live stream on your second. So what type of network are you using to support all this?
It's a wired network.
So when you say wired in, there's no Wi-Fi router?
No, I don't use wireless.
How do you get a wired network into a home? I know that sounds like a silly question. Is it through the cable?
Yeah. And
okay,
then,
well, I have coax cable going into my fucking router. So, and then my router has a plug for Ethernet. That would be the same thing as being routered, right? Or direct.
Well,
direct
if your primary connection is through a wireless signal, you would not have a wired network connection. Not for your setup.
No. I'm saying I would be plugging my computer up to the Wi-Fi router, which is plugged in directly from the cable. So essentially, I would be on Ethernet. Or am I misunderstanding? What is the difference between?
What's your primary? What do you have a cable modem in your place? Do you are you just on a wired? Are you on a Wi-Fi network and you connect to a Wi-Fi network for all your stuff?
No, I have a Wi-Fi router here in my place.
But do you pay the cable company for a connection? Yeah. Okay, all right. So then you just need to get there should be 4 ports in the back of it, and that would be where you'd hook up wires. Yeah, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: Is there I just have the free router that came with the company.
Okay.
I'm looking to upgrade if that would make a difference here.
When it comes to just hook up a wire.
Security reasons.
A wire is going to be way more secure than a wireless signal. So I would suggest you just run a wire to the back of your router. If your router has ports on the back of it for you to run wired connections.
Yeah, I'm just saying. My question was, you missed my question. I'm saying, would it?
It will make a difference, but upgrading the hardware for your wired connection, I don't think will make a difference when it comes to mining.
What would it make a difference then? And why make better
gaming?
routers?
If you game, there's latency issues that you can have with routing equipment. Oh, officially the wallet's at I was fucked up. I was looking at the BTC number and then I missed the USD little linky, so I clicked the USD linky. And 101.85 is where we're at with total assets in Bitcoin in my nice hash wallet.
Okay,
Anyways.
so a DAO.
Yeah,
DAO,
what is that?
Okay, so I have a few definitions. I'm trying to get you the best one.
Okay.
I'm going to use Cointelegraph. They're a pretty trusted source. So what is a DAO? A Imagine a vending machine that not only takes money from you and gives you a snack in return, but also uses that money to automatically reorder goods.
What the fuck does that have to do with the UN? That sounds like a fucking a private industry system.
So let me finish.
Go on.
This machine also orders cleaning services and pays its rent all by itself. Moreover, as you put money into the machine, you and its other users have a say in what snacks it will order and how often should it be cleaned. It has no managers. All of these processes were pre-written into code. This is roughly how a DAO, or a decentralized autonomous organization, works. The idea of such management model has been circulating in the cryptocurrency community ever since Bitcoin managed to get rid of middlemen in financial transactions. Similarly, the main idea behind DAO is establishing a company or an organization that can fully function without hierarchical management. It is essential to draw a distinction between DAO as a type of organizations and the DAO, which is merely a name of one of such organizations. The project was one of the first attempts at creating a DAO, and it failed spectacularly due to a mistake in its initial code. But how DAOs works. Initially, Bitcoin was considered to be the first ever fully functional DAO, as it has a pre-programmed set of rules, functions autonomously, and is coordinated through a distributed consensus pool. Since then, the use of smart contracts was established on the Ethereum platform, which brought the creation of DAOs closer to the general public and shaped their current look. But what does a DAO need to be fully operational? First of all, a set of rules according to which it will operate. Those rules are encoded as a smart contract, which is essentially a computer program that autonomously exists on the internet. But at the same time, it needs people to perform tasks that it can't do by itself. Once the rules are established, a DAO enters a funding phase. This is very important part for two reasons. Firstly, a DAO has to have some kind of an internal property, tokens that can be spent by the organization or used to reward certain activities within it. Secondly, by investing in a DAO, users get voting rights and subsequently the ability to influence the way it operates.
That is exactly the future form of government, which we wouldn't even call government anymore, because government is, when you look at the origin of government, it's mind control. And so instead of the government controlling the people, right, through all the things that we know about, instead it would be the people in direct control of the government.
Yes.
Which at that point it's not a government anymore. I don't even know what it is then. I mean, it's a form
DAO.
of it. It's a DAW, DAW, not DO.
It's a DAO.
How do you spell it? Is it DOA? DAO.
DAO. Yes. So
DAO.
That's
okay.
the point. That's the point of them meeting with the UN and presenting to the UN, because essentially they had to meet with them in order to broker a deal with the Pakistani government. Because you can't have a DAO or a government without a currency.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, Pakistan really just actually got like some sort of democratic government within the last few years, you know. So that's what it is. That's what a DAO token is.
You gotta be careful trying to characterize like what the quote unquote government is becoming, you know, or coming from. We don't know that Pakistan actually has a democratic style of government now. We simply don't know that. We're not there. All we can do is read shit on the internet. I see the future. I see the future of literal tokens being issued by like down to basic municipalities, and that being the foundation of how social contracts, the new social contracts, are actually written.
Yeah.
So this is becoming. I've been trying to think, and I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm trying to like express some thoughts that I think are very important. I've been stewing on the whole crypto thing, and I've been skeptical of it because I know that you basically have to have electricity, and there's not enough solar power to be distributed to actually operate a decentralized crypto or token-based economy, where the foundation isn't something physical, but it's something that literally is not intamperable or unhackable, but something that is so secure that it is more trustable than a paper note, which is the next most convenient thing that you can use to trade and exchange with people, to create a society, to create an economy. Go on.
Are you done?
Are
you done trying to show off?
No, I'm not trying to show off.
All right.
But this is why I'm on board with the crypto thing now, because I realize what its power is. Go on.
Okay, so this is going to fucking twist your arm a little bit. So let me ask you a question. Why do you think that Elon Musk wants to go up into space so bad?
Because he's a part of the occult, and space is a hoax, and it's not real. Outer space is not real. The Earth is not a spinning ball. There's no proof. You can't prove it. Go on.
Okay, that's fine. But so the reason Elon Musk wants to go, in my view, and this is just a conspiracy, is there has been rumors that the moon has a special form of helium on it, right?
Okay.
Scientists, here, I'm just going to read it to you. In 1986, scientists at the Institute of Fusion Technology at the University of Wisconsin estimated that the lunar soil called the regolith contains 1 million tons of helium-3, a material that is used to fuel to produce energy by nuclear fusion.
Okay.
Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean, you're so fucking smart.
No, I mean, why don't you explain it for the people who are watching? Because it's not just about us having a conversation with each other. You're trying to explain to people who...
I didn't even know you were online.
I told you I was live streaming, dude. I told you. I said I was...
we were talking just me and you.
No,
okay, so
now your tone's gonna change. Come on.
Not at all.
Okay.
So, well, I wouldn't have said what I said if I knew that you were streaming. But it is what it is. So we have the answer to energy, and we've had it for a long time, and it is nuclear. We can power everything. We get as much power as we want with nuclear, and it's way cheaper than all the other energy, generating protocols that we have in place right now, right?
Okay.
The problem with it is, we have the events that took place where the nuclear reactors, they had nuclear reactor incidences overseas because of the tsunami and everything, and it's a fear-based objection to nuclear energy. But the truth of the matter is that nuclear will literally power everything. So, my theory is that Elon wants to go to possibly mine helium-3 off the moon, or take it further and go to Mars and try to find something even better and be the first to find it.
Okay. That's an interesting conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I just think that we went on the topic of energy, and it all kind of ties in. You know what I mean? It all three of these things tie into Civilization.
Well, let me
All
say.
three of these things
Let
tie
me.
into civilization.
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
Governance, or the Tao. Okay. Currency, or money, or whatever you want to call it, and energy. Those are three key elements to civilization. So, Elon Musk has been thinking about these things for a very long time.
When was that? Hey,
you can tell that.
When was the last time you met Elon? When was the last time you met Elon?
I don't have to meet Elon to be able to open Google and see what it is that he's doing. And you don't even have to open Google. I mean, Elon's first project was a currency project. It was a project to make payments from person to person, and that's PayPal. Okay?
Yeah.
So, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what I'm saying is that this guy, he is thinking way past what any of us are thinking. Okay? He's thinking that civilization reimagined, basically, where we don't have vehicles that are running on this
carbon-based fuel.
Not only I mean, that's one way of calling it, but this finite resource. Okay. It's gonna be there's not gonna be enough to sustain forever. I mean, what's gonna happen if we keep drilling holes into Earth and mining this oil? We don't know, and so it's a finite resource. It's something that people go to war over. It's valuable, and he's reimagined what civilization could be like if we didn't have banks controlling the money, if we didn't have oil companies controlling the energy, and anything else in between. This guy is thinking about, man. And that's my theory. And you may not like Elon. You may think that he's perpetuating some lies that are going on or whatever. I haven't really given too much thought onto whether the Earth is round or flat.
Well, let's be clear. Spinning ball. Because objectively, that's what you're shown in the classroom from when you're a wee little guy, like a kindergartner and shit. And then if you watch any movies before you get into school, well, in about half of them, there's a spinning ball somewhere. So. Right.
So, but the point is that this guy is trying to get out there for reasons unknown. But it's not, if you follow him and you start thinking like him, you start understanding what the fuck it is he's really trying to do.
Okay. Is he trying to save society, do you think?
I wouldn't use the term save,
change?
That kind of.
Is he trying to change society? Is he trying to change society then?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I think that people really need to start paying attention.
Yeah.
And get on board. This guy sold PayPal for $500 million, and now he's created Tesla, and he's reimagined school. He had a really good school program that makes a lot of sense to me. It's something I want to get my son into.
Well, let's address that real quick. The whole issue of schooling, just real quick. Side note. So the way I see, and let's maybe compare our visions of what schooling should look like for children in society of the future, because it's not now. Mm-hmm. It's fucked up now. So we got to figure out what's the best form of schooling. So the way I look at it is, when your children are going to school, when they're done with their classes, they should know how to actually do shit.
Right.
Okay.
100%.
So if we agree on that, then we go, okay, we look around. Okay, well, what do we need to do? Well, we need to grow food, first of all. So I think one of the first things children should learn how to do is fucking grow food. And I don't mean just like throw some carrot seeds in the ground and then pull some carrots out later and they're like, oh, this is cool. No. I mean like everything from, like if we're too busy building this society where people are specializing in certain functions so that giant volumes of whatever numbers and digits can be thrown around in wires, if we need that for some reason, okay, that's fine. But the children should still be learning all this shit that they would have had to learn if this artificial social structure and this artificial means of exchange did not exist. So again, we can maintain our humanity because our humanity exists outside of all this artificial artifice that we create for ourselves. These mining computers. I don't consider them actually essential, but I recognize where things are going, and I have to be able to. It's like the Matrix. Like we're literally helping develop a Matrix reality, which is why schooling for children needs to go back to where they learn how to work on cars. They learn how to run plumbing and electrical. They learn how to cut wood. They learn how to fucking pour concrete. They learn how to paint. And it's not just like industrial shit. They also have all the creative human aspects of it that go into doing shit with your hands. And using your brain to use your hands to manipulate reality rather than just using your eyeballs, which should be used for staring at the stars, looking at canvases that you're painting, and watching your hands create the most delicious fucking food you could imagine. Not for staring at screens, scrolling through TikTok videos that literally program you to have the attention span of a fucking goldfish. So, what is your vision?
I agree 100%. And so this is why Elon's schooling was so cool. Was first of all, what they did is they eliminated the age separation. They didn't separate their kids by age. And you might ask yourself, well, that's different, but what was cool is it actually took you. I was watching it, and you got to see these kids actually solving an issue, and you hear this younger kid. Let's just call him Timmy for now. You hear him saying, "I elect Josh to be the leader on this one. I know that Josh is much better at this skill, and he does really well under pressure. Last time I worked with them, he was able to do this. So I'm electing him." Like they elect like a leader to whatever problem that they're facing, and like for the example of the problem was like this company is doing this sort of work, and they're leaking pollution into this water source, and this environmental agency found out about it, and they tested the waters, and they can see that the water is problematic for the people, and so the organization in response, they go and they pay scientists to have the waters tested, and their results say that the water is perfectly fine, and I can't remember the whole problem, but at the end it said, it was like, who's to blame for the problem, and it listed off like 4 options, and it was a really thought-provoking question, and it brought all these kids from different areas of Earth, like all over, working together from all different age groups to not only come up with a solution, but get a better understanding, the philosophy behind the whole thing, and but I think I think the best thing that you can do for your kids is to take it back to original civilizations. Your kids are, you don't ship them off to a schoolyard for 8 hours a day while you go slave for 8 hours a day at some company and then come home and expect them to be educated. Like, it's not going to work.
Yeah, here's the trick. Here's the trick to this in terms of, voluntary society, which is what we're talking about. We're talking about people voluntarily, willing to do something or not do something. And so it was when women were willing to go work in the factories, when men decided that they no longer had to, how should I put this? Like, strive like as hard as you can, like make your focus to be successful. Just in a general sense, for many years, men will waste their life not being successful.
Right.
They're trying to do something that is, whatever, for whatever reason, whether it's chasing women or doing drugs, you know what I'm talking about? Like, just being distracted from trying to build whatever it is that you can build with your life.
Right.
And I'm just now getting started at 40, ultimately. So I have a window of about 20 years for me to actually try and build something. Because I don't believe that in 20 years life is going to be like it is now.
Definitely not. Definitely not. The astronauts have already hooked up to the intercontinental or international space station. Things are moving. Things are happening. For what it's worth, this guy is thinking 10 and 20 steps ahead of everybody else. It's funny. You see Jeff Bezos doing it too. Now he's doing a space station, right? And these other billionaires, they're all getting into space exploration, right?
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you think 10 billionaires in a room could concoct a scheme and literally be like, one of them goes, you know what? Why don't we launch a Space Force show on Netflix so we can really program these people to believe that outer space is real? And then they concoct another scheme. Well, let's all pretend that we're starting these space station endeavors all at the same fucking time. Because guess what? We're all billionaires. And they'll believe that shit. Let's do it. They're like, yeah, let's do it. That's a good idea.
So are you posturing that basically there is no outer space? Because that's exactly how it came off.
Exactly.
You're posturing that there's no outer
I'm
space?
talking about this fiction that is created by the concept of NASA and the moon landing. Okay? And the interpretation of the cosmology of the cultures of the past. We'll just call it that.
Okay.
I can show you. Listen.
No, hold on. Obviously, there's a sun and there's a moon. We can see that, and there's stars.
We can agree that we can see that.
Yeah. We can agree that we can see all that, and that's obviously out of
That's
Earth.
obviously where we can see it, and we don't know where that is. Until we objectively analyze the technology that you can actually trust, because there is a chain of custody with the data. So, like, let me put it like this. If you take an optical zoom digital camera like a P900 or a P1000, okay, if you have that, you can zoom in on the sun or the moon, and you can zoom in on such a way that there is no way that you can say that thing is where NASA would say it is, whether it's the sun or the moon.
So it's closer.
It's way fucking closer. And all you have to do, and this is the crazy, this is what makes society really crazy to me now, is that the video, right, with the chain of custody, and literally the essence of science, because you can take that camera, the same camera or one like it with the same technology, and do this exact same thing with two of them. You could have one staying zoomed in, and then you can have one zoom out. You show the finder, and then you have it zoom back out in one clip. No editing. That's the essence of a scientific experiment. The ability to be able to judge how close something is by going from one position on the ground and creating a focal point at a fixed distance. And there's a way to calculate the distance. And my perception of reality, which is what I have to trust, because the Bible says, you don't trust another man's word.
Let's go back to this.
I don't know. Your sound is not good right now.
I said, let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
To the origination of Bitcoin.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. And so Bitcoin's story is that it was authored by this unknown
Japanese dude, I thought. Or they named him a Japanese name.
He uses supposedly a Japanese or whatever. I'm not even going to put any.
A nom de plume.
Right.
Go on.
I fucking think it was Elon, dude.
Elon's just a puppet, man. Elon's just a puppet.
I don't care. I don't care about all the politics behind it.
I know. It's cult of personality, bro. I get it. People love Trump. You love Elon. You got to pick your heroes.
It has nothing to do whether I favor him or not. I'm just saying that I think he's the one that created Bitcoin, dude. I really do.
Do you think his endorsement of Dogecoin is a way to throw you off the tracks that he's the creator of Bitcoin?
Yes.
I mean, it's an obvious conspiracy theory right there. It's staring you in the face. Opposites, right? As above, so below.
The guy created PayPal.
He wasn't alone. He wasn't alone. Somebody did it with somebody else.
Well, I'm just saying he was part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He created PayPal. PayPal wasn't enough. He knew it wasn't enough.
Man.
PayPal is still a centralized.
Are you writing a biography on Elon? Are you going to write a biography on Elon? You should.
Oh,
you should. And you should base it. Listen.
On fucking Alex Jones.
No, not at all. I don't know that much. Well, I know.
Okay.
I know what I've seen in videos about Alex Jones and what Alex Jones has said himself, and that's it. I've talked to him on the phone, actually, believe it or not. Like not just on the radio show. When I was doing a radio show at Carroll in Waukesha, I was gonna interview him, and then the day that I was gonna interview him, the fucking internet went down, and it was during break, and there was no one there to get it back up and running. And so I called him, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm really sorry, but I'm on a college radio station, and it's a break, and there was a power outage, and the shit's not working. And I really apologize, but like we were gonna do it like a 2-part interview, like one before the launch of his film and then one following the launch of his film. And I was really excited because I was going to, ask, like, have a real in-depth conversation with him. Obviously now it would be better, but then, whatever. So, then he bails on me because he's a dick. Like, he's not really a nice guy.
Not at all.
Not at all. Because, like, if he was a nice guy, if he was a nice guy, if he was like a true, genuine guy, like he wanted to actually engage and talk to people and get the word out as like in whatever he thinks it is, he would have said like, yeah, that's fine. I understand that shit happens. Like, yeah, we'll just plan for next weekend.
Well, that makes me think. I know a lot of people like to deny the innate beast inside every single person in the earth.
Oh, the darkness comes. Yeah. Okay, go on.
But they like to put on this front, like they're all fucking about the people and all about them. But at the end of the day, when they're at home and they're sitting with their family,
I know what you're saying. I know where you're going.
Yeah, and they look their wife in their eye, and they look their kids in the eye, and they say, "It's us."
Hey, you know what we should do? You know what we should do? This is what I think we should do. I think tomorrow, if you can, I don't know what your schedule's like. I'm sure Sunday's a busy day for you. But we should either at night or early in the morning is like pretend that I'm somebody brand new and you are trying to, and they have, say, a budget of a certain amount of money. What would you tell them to go get set up with, basically? Like what is your best play with, like, say, 10 grand? And obviously with cryptocurrency you can scale that. You could have 1,000, you could have 500, you could have 200, but I want to cover as many bases as we can. So what plan would you come up with to invest and grow $10,000 in what you know with the cryptocurrency market? But let's not do that now, because I don't want to. It's gonna get late, and it could get wild.
I think that would be a good show,
Yeah.
But I'll have to get back to you on that.
That's fine.
I can't.
I'm not looking for a commitment.
Yeah, I can't commit to anything right now. Because Richard Kiyosaki told me one thing, and that's knowledge. Knowledge is the new money, man.
Knowledge has always been the money. It's been the method of control, but it's the way that we have. But here's the thing, Daniel. The way that we have a society where we're all equitable with one another is where we don't artificially restrict somebody's access to understanding how society actually operates. And that's all you'd be telling people.
You're twisting it. Nobody's restricted. Everything that I know is available to you.
Yeah.
It's available to
Well,
everybody
I
else.
guess if you don't want to teach other people it, like in the general sense, like if you don't want to just put the whole picture out there, the one that you have right now, that's cool. That's understandable.
It's just that, I'm in the process of developing my own product.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's news.
We talked about just earlier. You mentioned that man used to put everything he had into something, and somewhere along those lines in order to gain some sort of wealth or prosperity. But yeah, man, I'm trying to put together a product myself, and
what kind of a product? Is this like a mystery product that you're not trying to reveal to anything about?
No, not at all. It's just I heard something really good today, and that is that your product half-life is just about as long as it took you to create it.
So the longer,
that really blew my mind.
So the longer you work on it and perfect it, the better it's going to sell for longer.
The better it's going to last. It's going to last the test of time. And that's why I really like Phantom, in a sense that it touched on that note. This blockchain, it probably could have launched 3 years ago and had immense success initially, but it chances are it probably would have died out to somebody who stayed at home and was working on the most, just doing the most, and making the most improvements and putting more work and time and effort into it. You know what I mean? And Phantom's been doing that. They've been working on this blockchain for a better part of about 4 or 5 years.
So So is the Bitcoin the Bitcoin blockchain, which is just the term that catches all the code and all the numbers that make up how it works. Is the
Bitcoin currency and blockchain is blockchain.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, but is the blockchain, the Bitcoin, for instance, the Bitcoin blockchain, is that capable of actually improving in speed, or is it stuck where it's at?
From my understanding of that, anybody can go in and edit and submit like an improvement to anything that's been written thus far. So I think that it does. I don't think that it does get faster because it would have already, So what happened is that Ethereum was created by Vitalik and maybe a couple of other people, but he's the name behind it, and that added a layer to this whole blockchain discussion, which is called smart contracts. Bitcoin doesn't operate on smart contracts.
Well, it just sounds like a more advanced way of doing business.
Ethereum took blockchain and gave it the legs and the arms to create, where Bitcoin is essentially Bitcoin is nothing more than a currency. There's nothing else, Where Ethereum, you're able to actually build and create, and that's what makes it so great,
I'll have to do more reading on this relationship between Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah, there's definitely a relationship in a sense that they're both blockchain technology, but one is far superior than the other in its ability to create, and maybe that's even debatable because you could kind of create anything with money.
Well,
right?
the coin is the container of data.
Yeah.
So it's the numbers and the letters. So we have that element, and there's things that you can have in that coin as far as data that would actually be that's the value. The data is the value.
Well, the kicker here is that NFTs, you're able to store blockchains in multiple blockchains and currency and almost any fucking thing under the sun inside of an NFT.
Okay.
And
all right,
I don't think that's ever been done. Like, there's no other product that where you can store multiple different blockchains and products.
Is it like a wallet? Are you talking about a wallet?
Well, right now the storyline of an NFT is some sort of digital art, right? It's like a digital art, like it could be like a picture or a video or a sports card or whatever, right? It's a piece of digital art, but that's just one place you can go with it. You know what I mean? So basically,
an NFT.
Yeah, non-fungible. It stands for a non-fungible token.
Wow.
This stuff will really blow your top off if you just start reading it, man.
Yeah. All these different vehicles for storing and moving value. That's really what we're talking about. It's a very interesting story. Okay.
Exactly, because the reason that a dysfunctional government is not able to topple over is because they control the money.
Well, yeah, that's that, and this circles back. Circle back. I gotta find that video where they have the press secretary and they create a song to her being like, "Circle back, circle back." Oh, hey, all right. So I'm on CoinMarketCap. I just threw it up in the background while you talked. What? Okay, give me 5 coins that I should be really looking at.
Ethereum.
Okay.
Phantom.
Is Phantom on CoinMarketCap?
Yes. Phantom.
So Phantom.
Phantom is a top 100 coin, by the way.
Yeah.
And that's only because they're building and they're not pushing. They're building something. Dude, it's
well, yeah, we should just I'm telling you, like, you don't have to give me everything or give the audience everything, but if you were going to try and get somebody started, if you were going to pay it forward like your crypto guy, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you were going to pay it forward, like, lay out, help somebody get started. You don't have to say everything. You don't have to give all your theories. You don't have to.
No, I'm not in a position to help anybody at this point. I'm not. I'm in a trailer park and
no.
Trailer home.
If
I don't have any wealth to give.
No. I'm talking about, like, what you understand about crypto in general. Like, I want to get started. What do I do? Do you get what I'm saying? That's all I want. I'm just interested to hear, like, a whole.
I've already told that to you.
I understand that, but I haven't.
It'd be pretty simple for you to go through and to do all that.
Yeah, but
You're trying to
okay.
get me to do your dirty work.
No. Oh, okay, all right, that's fine if you don't want to share. It's cool. I know you've shared with me.
It's not even that. It's just that you have all the same tools that I do. So you want to take my creative space and utilize that, farm it out.
No, that's not the purpose at all. That's not like I don't need to do that.
Not enough hours in the day. I'm telling you, if you want to buy top coins, just fuck top coins. Buy Ethereum. You're not gonna lose. Not financial advice, but that's what I would do with my money. I would buy Ethereum. Almost every altcoin you have to pay Ethereum gas in order to do anything with it.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah.
And if it was up to me, I would be mining Ethereum. But Ethereum is moving off of proof of work and moving to proof of stake. Now, mind you, Phantom started out as proof of stake. So
this is new information to me. So I'll have to. I gotta dig into this more for sure.
Yeah, Phantom's already. They already knew that proof of work needs to go away, and it needs to be proof of stake. And so I still think that Ethereum, there's too much to figure out, and for all these other tokens and dApps to try to go and rebuild a whole new Ethereum. You know what I mean? There's just too much, and it's just much easier to pay the gas fees so that you can build it and get the liquidity moving into your product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Ethereum's here to stay. Ethereum is gonna blow up. I really think it is. Have you even been watching it the last few days?
I honestly, real life has been pulling me towards that. So
a week ago, Ethereum was all-time high at like 20 something hundred. I don't know, 2,300. We're at $2,700.
Yeah.
And it's only been going up. And it's revolutionary, man. It really is. It's really revolutionary, and it's why that it's hard for you and I to access. Because
you got to have capitalization. now in the real
You gotta
world.
have money to get into it, but not only that, you know, why can't I just buy any old thing with my money? Why can't if I work for my money and I want to go buy if I want to invest in any sort of token, why can't I? Well, because the simple fact is that you can't be stopped. If you're able to invest in a vehicle that makes you rich, you know, you cannot be stopped. You'll be up with the elites, and you'll have too much power, and that's just fucking sad. You know, it really is sad to me because, yeah, I mean, there's evil everywhere, you know, but like, who the fuck are they to say like, we can't trust you not to be evil? Like, look at all these motherfuckers getting rich and all the evil shit that they do. You know what I mean? You know, it's just control, man. You know, and I'm saying that to say that you can't even buy certain cryptos, you know, without jumping through like 10 hoops. You know, they just really, they don't even need to be there. You know.
Well, the centralization does tend to create what are going through now. So having to jump through a bunch of hoops might actually be a better thing. Having the market sort of having firewalls and having containers and keeping it all from being collected in one large pool where you could have centralization in a terrible way where you don't have anywhere else to go to do business. Because this is ultimately what we're talking about, is the means of exchange and how it's taxed, or you know, if it's taxed.
Right.
So,
yeah.
You know, all the names, gas, and, you know, all these terms and shit, I mean, it's all about our human ability to exchange goods and services and what we use to hold value, and, you know,
on a free market.
Yeah,
on a truly free market.
Where it can't be confiscated.
Yeah. You know? You know, that the whole free market economy theory is complete bullshit. You know that.
Hey, Wonder Bread, I think my son woke up, so I might have to go.
Okay.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Later, dude. Did you wake up?